Hello and welcome to Lowtown. Today we are looking at the Riverside Mill landmark. A few cool things about this right at the top. This utilizes a lot of interesting pieces right off the bat. We've got a double high field stone, we've got our urban elevation, a nice small collection of roofs, but something that is highly utilized. And additionally, we've got our water wheel, our very cool specialized piece that we got when we broke 3.5 mil. So we are very excited by this landmark. This is kind of a neat, interesting, small encounter that can have a lot of character very easily. One thing real quick, these terrain trays are not included. We wanted to put them here to help visualize how you can use the water wheel over any water terrain trays you have, potentially even sculpted water if you have some of that. This is also not all of the pieces. We have a few extras that we did not use, but I will point out that most of those are kind of more aesthetic pieces, things that you can add, exchange this peak for the other two soffits or something. One final note, as with all these walkthroughs, these are prototypes, so they, in final production, will fit much easier, much cleaner. There will be a lot more compatibility, but we are just kind of pushing out what we can push out to kind of give you the full idea. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so at the start here, we have the grand promenade floors, which come with these banister corner posts, which make this really cool exterior porch. Just a nice little open air entrance right here. We've got this other door, the first of 3 doors. These nice tiny stairs here, these wooden stairs, give a nice additional lip up into an exterior entrance. So now that when you see the rest of them, there's 3 entrances into this Riverside Mill. And as we loop around to these double high field stones, this is one of 2 landmarks, I believe, that uses these double high field stones. And we see these 25 mil cobblestone risers, giving it nice kind of fortified Riverside look to it. Just also a nice way to block off, kind of squaring things off and giving a nice little extra bit of character. These double doors right here obviously will be able to swing in final production. They will be functional. This double high door is also just a really well-constructed piece. I love that little keystone at the top. As we wrap around, we come to our water wheel, which is just this incredible piece. The water wheel has 3 pieces. It is these 2 braces that are the same, and then the water wheel itself. While it sits within these, this circular position right here, the water wheel in its final construction will actually spin and turn. It's going to be really neat. Additionally, these braces will end up actually having a biscuit hole right in the center there. So you can place that right up against any floor, and you could place it like this, the way that it's been displayed here, as more of a secure holding onto the floor. But if you flip your water wheel upside down even, and you have a second floor, hanging on top of a different, it's going to only work if you go up 1 level. This fits within that other biscuit hole, and you can actually have it hanging upside down. It's going to work better when you actually have something else on the opposite side holding it secure, but then you can also put a floor on top, make it look like a water wheel under a bridge. And speaking of, that's kind of one of the best parts of this urban elevation system right here. This is the urban elevation arches. Comes with 4 stairs, 4 of the risers themselves, and 2 of these half arches, and then 2 of these smaller arches. The cool part is just being able to separate these pieces out, and you can even put them on opposite sides of your water wheel for that effect I was talking about earlier, being able to actually have some sort of water wheel under a bridge kind of motif. But here, what we're doing here is we really want to use these urban elevations to kind of have an additional wraparound to a second or third entrance by this point, and then also kind of bridge us over the river and kind of give a nice idea of some sort of like synergy between all these things. So we're going to come back around the front here, and as we're looking at this roof, this is all one connected piece. This is through pole accessory holes, biscuit pegs, really kind of a fun construction. You could even put the entire roof together if you want, or you can do what we've done, which is do it in sections. Kind of better to do it in sections. It gets a little bit more secure. But this nice soffit peak giving a nice kind of like end cap to our roof. We've got our right angle junction here, That just moves very sweetly. Then on this other one, we've done the same thing that we did in the front, but we've added our trapdoor, our magnetic trapdoor frame, which is really cool. That is I just love that piece. It's like a nice little accent on any roof or any other additional magnetic wall. As we enter the interior of the space, you'll notice that there's not a lot of dressing in this landmark, which is fine. This is sort of meant to be a bigger encounter of just kind of the actual shape of it. It's very easy to add any additional dressing, either with a street dressing, market stall, something, and it'll give it a lot of character very quickly. And that's kind of what we liked about it. The window panes are interchangeable. You'll have 5 different designs. You also get these additional banner posts from the Grand Promenade pack. Now we've got this kind of like open air concept on this side of the fieldstone. This is just kind of a neat way to conceive of, if you have your water wheel here and if you have these arches here, how you would manipulate that space. But it also, when you have a certain number of corner posts and a certain number of these banisters, helps give kind of additional uses for those things. Lastly, I want to talk about these corbel row facades. Now, these are wonderful things that you can put between 2 corner posts. Kind of the strength of these things is that it helps keep them from splaying. It'll kind of keep them very secure so that the walls stay secure as well. But additionally, it just adds this really neat kind of overhang, I guess I would call it, to any roofs on top of it. Additionally, it will have pull accessory holes here and here. So if you don't have a roof that, if you don't have this soffit covering it, you can actually end up putting pull accessories in those spots. So in closing, one of my favorite things about this landmark is it's very easy to add a lot of extra little scatter bits on your other parts of your terrain tray. This is an 18 by 12, so it's a really small footprint, especially when you just want to do something quick, fun, but really expressive. With your urban elevation as well, you can do a lot of additional things that we haven't done here, either playing in the interior, making more stair space or more elevation within the actual main structure itself. It's just kind of a neat way to do a small encounter. So I hope you've enjoyed the walkthrough. I hope it was informative. I hope it allowed you to kind of see the fun parts of the double highs as well as the urban elevation and additional ways to use your water wheel should you choose to get it. Thank you.